When I first moved in here, we were warned, I was warned, about the neighbour, Croft and Co, Stephanie Croft, how she'd harassed the woman that lived here in number 3 out of the house. She'd harassed the old lady next door in number 6. And one of the reasons her partner left, her business partner rather, left was because she was quite a vicious person. Anyway, cut it short, 2016, these doors and window went in over a small yard to improve the property because it was pretty rough. We were constantly videoed, filmed. We have all this on video ourselves. They would come and video through the windows, harass the builders, making fools of themselves, even coming up double team. So it'd be her and her husband come up and video through the windows and video us here at the house. We called the police. We've got records of all this on 6 or 7 occasions. The police refused to do anything about it. In 2016, she took us to court to have the windows blocked up, even the kitchen window that's already in the wall blocked up. Council said, and everybody said, no problem, it's your wall, blah, blah, blah. They got their own expert in who decided, after a few hundred years, that the wall here, this end wall to this house, is no longer the gable end wall to this house. It is actually a joint wall that half belongs to the car park and Croft & Co, which is absolutely weird. So they've changed the rules after a few hundred years and it's now half belongs to them, although it's been maintained and painted by the people that have lived in this house since time immemorial. They also said that we'd damaged their wall, which the judge decided we hadn't damaged their wall at all, but still allowed them to, or said they could, tie in the wall to this property, even though it's done no damage. They haven't done that, by the way. At the end of this wall here, the wall behind me, a large chunk of it at the very end on the road there fell off because it's in such bad repair onto a BT box and smashed it. The judge decided, she didn't know what the bill was for, it was £900, it was going to be given to us. We had to pay for their wall to be mended at the end, and it is not our wall, nothing to do with us. It was down to us to pay for it. And the judge also came up and looked at the wall and said, that wall is going to fall down because of the large buddleia that's growing out of it. That is actually cultivated by Croft & Co. They trim it, as they do the ones that are now growing out of this wall, the joint wall. They trim them so that the roots grow properly. They are doing as much as they can to damage the properties. We can do nothing about it because if I go in there, I get done for trespass. If I try to paint the front of the house as it has been for hundreds of years, I can't because it now belongs, half the wall belongs to them for some strange reason. The judge actually also had a bill from these guys for £4,000 that was to be given to us, and the judge actually said, and I quote the judge, I don't know what this bill is for, but you're paying it. So we ended up having a £12,000–18,000 bill for nothing. The council said, we can put windows in here, no problem at all. The judge said, we haven't done any damage to their walls and the windows are staying, there's no problem. The joint expert that they got in, local expert on properties, who said this wall now is a joint wall, said that the windows and the alterations that we've made have improved the property. So they, there's no need for them to be taken out. That's okay, that's absolutely fine, they stay. But at the end of the day, the judge said we've done no damage, the expert said we've done no damage, but we've still got £12,000 of bills to pay towards the upkeep of a wall, this wall that is nothing to do with us, or stuff damage we haven't done. And £4,000 for them to tie their wall into this house, and the judge allowed it. None of it makes any sense. That's basically it, really. And one more thing I'd like to add. In this country, a judge can make many, many mistakes like it has been in this country. She said, and I quote, "These people aren't harassing you, Louis. They're taking photographs of their property. They're allowed to take photographs of their property." Well, they didn't ever take any photographs of their property, and I have all that on video. Stephanie Croft across the road in the bushes, videoing small children in this room from the bushes across the road, really at 9 o'clock at night in the dark, is not videoing or photographing your property in case it's been damaged. Also, the judge said, and I'm quoting her, that wall is going to fall down. That buggy is pulling it down because there's a bunch of stones in the alleyway. She knows it's going to fall down. Why is she encouraging them to tie it into our property? Why would you allow a wall that's going to fall down to be tied into somebody's house for no reason other than they want it to? In this country, a judge can make that kind of decision. You're paying this, and it ends up £18,000. But if you have a car crash where your hip is permanently damaged for the rest of your life, it's limited to about £20,000. So damaging you permanently for life, you'll get maybe £20,000. If you are involved in a dispute with your neighbours, the amount can go up to hundreds and hundreds of thousands of pounds. This, I feel, is a very bad situation in the law here today.